Hey everyone, welcome to Weekend Project. I'm Laura Lynn of the Mama Pop Quilt Shop, and we're very happy to see you here today. We're working on our first block of the month, January of 2018. This is what Pop and pretty much some of you designed on Thursday nights live. He was doing EQ8, and this is the block that you guys kind of came up with. So I did it in purple and blue, which was suggested, and I really liked it. Not as dark as blue as I think that was up on the screen that was selected, but I like this one, and I kind of really wanted that purple to stand out, so I really like it. So that's how it turned out. And yes, the Y seams are in there. There's 8 of them. So you can do it. It's not that bad, honest to goodness. If this monkey can do it, anybody can do it. Okay, so here's 2 done already, but I'll show you how to do 2. Those end up being your corner pieces here. And thanks to Jo Marie, she donated a bit more fabric to the shop, and this will be, thank goodness, because I didn't think I had enough of something to continue all the way through to the end of the year. So I put it off into an other bucket, so I won't use it for anything else except for this project. And same with this creamy colored fabric. This was the design, but I didn't have anything dark enough. But I like what I chose. I think it looks really good. So I'm happy with it. So that was what came up, and we're calling it Pop's Star Kiss Block. Okay, and it turns out to be, I have not trimmed it, so just so you could see, because I want to make sure I was doing it right. It's roughly 17 by 17. Okay, so that's rough. So 16 and a half by 16 and a half trim, and you're good to go. So just trim it up and you'll be all right. All right, so what we're gonna do here is we're gonna start with doing the centerpiece right here. And the instructions give you the cutting diagrams as well as the templates to cut. I found, because of the 18% angle or degree angle and the 45-degree angle on pieces A and D, that it was easier to use the template to make sure that I had it, you know, pretty much bang on. So that's what I used for that, and just cut everything out. Okay, so my centerpiece is H. I'm gonna add my I, which is the solid color, the creamy tones or what have you, to the outside edges right there. So I'm gonna add these, that's my center, and then these creamy tones. Okay, that's going to go right on each edge. Really easy. It actually goes together pretty fast. So, just a little tip that I found, if you rough cut your triangles to a point, and then you can come up and then you flatten them out with a pair of scissors instead of trying to use your rotary cutter to get those little nips off. I found it easier to hold it straight, the fabric right underneath, and just give a little trim. But that's what I found easy. I mean, that's up to you. I found trying to get the rotary cutter in the right spot was kind of getting frustrating. Okay, so I'm just going to do in the opposite side, give it a little press, and then do the other 2 on the other side. And because this is just a creamy colored fabric, it has no right or wrong or directional or anything like that. So, you know, thank goodness, I can just kind of put it on wherever. But I do have to look and be conscious of the pink fabric, the pinky mauvey fabric. Okay, so that's what it should look like once you get those. You're starting with your eyes. You put your eyes to your H's. Okay, give that a little press. Easy peasy. Attach your other eyes to the other sides of your H. Okay, lining up the best you can. Okay. All right, and then we'll do the other one. I'm very excited about this. You guys have requested a block of the month, so hopefully we will see a lot of your blocks in our oops, I need to sew it first before I press it, don't be silly. Or either our Instagram Mama Pop Quilt Shop or our Facebook page. You know, go ahead. We'd love to see what you're doing. I want to see what you're up to. What's keeping you out of trouble? It was fun to see everybody pop in and help support Pop on Thursday night. So that was really cool. All right, so that's what that turns out to be. Okay, that right there. Is it beautiful? even it's like a square and a square. And then of course we had the other piece, which is F. So we're going to add F's to our eyes. Okay, those are all those right there. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, and of course those go on the sides to seal up that little, those two pieces that come together. Okay. Actually, did I square this out first? I don't think I did. I don't think I did square it out. I just winged it. Live on the wild side. I do have a haul, just in case. Put it off to the side. Had a tickle, because we've had such dramatic temperature changes. It's been so crazy. To the +9s and -35s. My goodness, and snow and hail and ice pellets and yeah, I'm whining. I shouldn't be. Could be worse. There's lots worse out there, you know. Oh, I was just gonna say, I think I'm missing one. All right, so now that I got those two on the opposite sides, I'm gonna do a little quick press and then add the other two, okay? Do, do, do. Bibbidi bobbidi boo. I like these two, the colors together, and I think this would make a fantastic quilt come next Christmas, and you can give it away to somebody. It doesn't have to be Christmas themed, but if you choose to do that now, you know your last block is going to be in December, so you can definitely do this in Christmas colors. You know, it wouldn't change the overall effect. We're going to have a new block every month that, you know, matches and coincides with this one, and you know, it's going to be beautiful. I can't wait. I can't wait. Like I said, save your bits of fabric that you're going to use for this project. Unless you want to do it scrappy like, or do a different pink tone and cream tone every month, that's up to you, whatever you got in your stash. I think that would be kind of funky too. And of course I have this one, so I thought I'll do another one to test, because you know, I should test the block before, you know, I'm the guinea pig, so before I toss it off to you guys. Being the block of the month. So, and to make sure I like it, you know, and it's doable. I mean, if I can do it, trust me, you guys can do it too. You can do it, I can do it. And I think I did square off this one though. So where's my little ruler? There we go. Because, yeah, one of the little sides was a wee bit wonky. Oh. Oh, of course, here comes Mr. Clive. Looking for his camera time. All right, there we go. So that's nice and pretty. Now that that's all just that the one on either side. I think where it was overlapping just a smidgy. So there we go. So that's that. So that's our center. So there, done. 1 square out of the 9. Not bad, right? And I already did 2, so we'll just put those off to the side. All right, so to do these points right here, these triangles right here, which is E, which is that color right there, that solid one right there, and then we're gonna add B and C. B's on one side and C's on the other to each one of those little triangles, okay? So that's what we're doing next. So we take our solid, and we take our either our C or our B, whichever one you want to put on first. You don't have to do it alphabetical, it's up to you. Do make sure that your triangle is the right way. You got your long point up top. Don't try and, you're going to be like, wait a second, that's not sitting right. I did that with the turkey quilt. The turkey wall hanging, one of them was a little off. Won't tell. Happens. I was like, what happened to that? Oh, that's okay, just put it in. And then you just do a little, you line it up from the little rounded edges to the other little rounded edge and stitch all the way down with a 1/4 inch seam allowance, okay? And you're going to do them one on each side of that corner spot, okay? And I'll try not to go too Leadfoot Larry with my sewing machine. Okay. Now I grab B because I attached C first. Okay, I'm just going to do a little finger press, that's all, and line up the same as what I was doing before. Little round edge to little round edge, okay, and then sew down. And you can do it from the edge down to the point. I find that gives you a cleaner point than trying to go from the point down to the wider edge. So just what I learned on this one, okay? Thinking, okay, well, you know, one went really smooth one way and then the other one kind of, I was fighting. I'm like, okay, what, did I do it some way different? Because sometimes you're not really thinking about it. You're just sewing, right? You're just matching up and going. At least my brain doesn't work that like so meticulous that way. It's just whatever to get her done. Whatever makes it happen. This way, that way. Okay, so then you'll end up with 4 of them just like this once you get the other 3 done, okay? And then you just give those a press. Okay, so but let's get the other ones done first before we press all those. Grab our one from either side. Okay, line that up. Just like that, okay? The round edge to round edge. Hi, Clive. Hi, what's up, buddy? Hi, wanna come say hi to the people? Come on, come on. Real, ow, ooh, ooh, the claws, come on. Mommy doesn't like tough loving. Come on, coming up. Ow. You got me so tough. Okay, there we go. Gonna help? No? See, I gotta line this up now. And you're not helping. But this is what you wanted. You wanted snuggles, but this is what Mom's doing. I need that hoodie with the kitty pouch. Have you guys seen that going? It's hilarious. A place to put your cat. It's like a little kangaroo pouch, but for your kitty cat. All right, that's the second one. There we go. Because you want a bit of a point up there, almost like a goose, right? Like, you know how you want that 1/4 inch between the top of that triangle to the top of your fabric, so you have that seam allowance to still allow you that nice, pretty prompt point, like you would want on a goose, right? So that's just giving you that point of that star. All right, so let's do the other one. Multitasking, loving the animals, and sewing. A lot of you battle this every day. Ow, pink cushion, not my leg. Where's your human? Munchkin's really his human. But he seems to he likes to hang out with me when it's camera time. I don't know why. Doesn't really hang out any other time, does he, Pop, right? Just mostly when it's camera time. Yep. What are you doing? You're not helping. Are you going to go on your own? You do not want me to sew that tail. All right, come from the, yeah, get snug. That's all you're getting. Jeez. Oh. When you love the animals and they love you back. All right, last one here. Put this off to the side. We'll give them all a press at the same time. Okay. Do-do-do. Hi, Clive. Hold on. Such a goof nut. Everybody probably can hear your motor. All right, now the other side. And then that is these 2 done. Did I do that? Oh, woohoo! I almost flipped that out the other way around and I almost got really confused there. I was going to do it on the short side, but I just pretty much told you not to do. Okay. Seriously, Yvonne Kitty Cat, what are you doing? Because I want to come to the point, I'm going to stop, so the cream side's down, but still come to the wide point to this point, the top of the pointed triangle. There we go. All right, so that is our 4 pretty much north, south, east, and west points of the star kiss, pop star kiss block done. So let's just press that. Leave your tail down there, little monkey man. Okay, and then just press those. And if you feel they need some squaring up, you know, your fabric shifted or whatever, you know, then go ahead and do so, you know. That's your choice. You can always just square up the whole block in the end. Okay, all right, so there's all 4 of them. I'm gonna put that in my little pile. So now, it's the Y seams. We got this, trust me. Okay, so now, this is how we're coming, all those little templates. Oops, throwing pins around. All right, so what you wanna do, you have G's is in many colors. G's is in the pink and G's is in the cream, okay? And you need to add a D to a cream of a pink and a D and an A also to the cream. So you have to have the 2 and the 2, okay? I know it's just gonna sound weird right now, but you'll get it. All right, so on the pink one, to see where that ends up. I don't know about that. It's a bit of the salvage on there. Okay, you gotta go, bud. There we go, thank you. Making things dangerous. All right, so on the pink, you need to add your cream color or your whatever other color you're using, just A and B or whatever you wanna call it. This is where I was using my pencil. Oh, there we go, okay. And I was putting a point about 1/4 of an inch up from that corner, like just putting a little tiny little circle, because you need to make sure when you're stitching with the other side, okay, so let's do that as a pretend, okay, you still have enough of this corner edge to add your other piece onto, okay, to line it up on that corner and then stitch down. Okay, you don't have to put the point. I put the point on some of them. I didn't put it on the others. I was, you know, rebel. Do what you want. But you need to come short of that 1/4 inch to make sure that you can add those 2 pieces together to make that Y, okay? And just come all the way down. And then when you line up the second one, okay, open it up so you get that point. Take your point of this fabric right here, that very corner edge, and line it straight up again, okay? So it rides the same edge of the fabric, is the same width, the same length, everything as the first one, okay? And then come all the way up, and then stop 1/4 of an inch away. So this is where you may want to put another dot again, okay? So you're not getting confused. And then you're going to stop right on that dot. Do a little back tack. Okay. Now, we've just done half a Y. Now we're going to take those 2 edges, okay? And we're going to line them up, making sure we're not pinching that pink fabric, whatever other fabric we're using in there, in the way, okay? We're going to just put them nice together on the flat edge and the curved edge. So it's nice, like a little airplane sort of thing right there. You see how it's doing that little Y? This is the bottom of the Y and those are the top of the Ys. So you're lining it up. The pink fabric or your other fabric is not going to get sewn in there. Your little dots on one side, your little dots on the other, and you're only just going to sew right to that dot, okay? And that finishes off your Y. So that's pretty much your first Y seam. And bibbidi bobbidi boo, who'd have thunk it, but you did it. I knew you could. Can't see pictures. Okay. And then once you get a little press, And sometimes you know you've come too far or you didn't come far enough, that sort of thing. But as you give it a press, let's see what it looks like. Sometimes you have to maybe pop a couple of stitches. Okay. Or it sits a little funky. Try and press that. Okay. And there we go. Okay. It's got a little wrinkle there, but press that out. Okay. So that's our first Y seam. We've got a couple more to go. Okay. Well, 3 more. Okay. But we can do it. All right, so do the same thing. Come all the way down. Pop a little marking pin, whether it be dry erase or otherwise. Okay. And then just come all the way up to that point. Okay, and do your tack stitches down. And then again, take the fabric, fold it over, line up your edge again. You're not including this bit at all. You're leaving it off to the side. You're only going to deal with that again when you come and sew across on this side, okay? So you're going to line that up right along that edge so it's nice and smooth, and then you're going to start about 1/4 inch away. Okay, so right there. And so all the way down to the end. Okay. I took on the challenge. It's okay. And then you should have enough space. You should have about 1/4 inch on one side and 1/4 inch on the other to line up by just twisting them together or placing them together, and then you've got a nice space to go all the way down on that one side, joining those 2 parts of that creamy block or your light colored block. Or if you do it in reverse, if you have the light star in the center and the dark tones on the outside, that would be pretty awesome too. I kind of chose medium and light, okay? See, and then it should look pretty much like that, okay? And then we're gonna give it a little press. And this is where Mary Ellen's, I had to put mine in a new container, but this is just Mary Ellen's too, that helps. I stabilized all my fabric before I cut it. I've learned a lot from Angie, and wise to the words and the blocks that you guys send in, I can tell you press. So it makes a difference, it really does. And be proud of what you do. So take that extra effort to take the pride and do the press and have the starch and spray and stuff like that. So there we go. There's another one, okay? Not bad. You got this. Okay, where's my other fabrics? Oh, thanks. I'm like, I saw them on the table. Where'd they go? All right. So now you're just going to do the exact same thing as we did with these right here. And then we're going to join them together via the G line that was in the center, okay? All right, so line that up. And this is where you can put the pin on the creamy colored fabric or on the pink colored fabric, or you can just eyeball it. You know, by the time you get to, you know, 7 out of 8, you're good. One would think anyways. But there's always room for improvement. Okay, I'll take the other side here and do the same thing. Flip it open, line it up with that pink to the cream, and go all the way down. I think this will make a beautiful big quilt, and then with a couple of maybe mixed pink tones and cream tones for the mitered borders that Pop has on his that he was designing too. So we'll see how it ends. I'm looking forward to seeing what he comes up with and what you guys come up with there for next month. That's for sure. Okay, remember just putting those 2 colors together and sewing along this one edge right here at 1/4 inch. Okay. Making sure you're not pinching that other fabric in there. You just want those 2 that need to be together. That two should be together. There we go. And then just a little press, okay? Like I said, if something's not fitting right, pop a few stitches out, line it back up, tweak it, whatever. I'm sure you can get it to fit. I think Pop was going to include the other version of the block as well. I'm not sure, or you just have to do Y seams. Just get her done. You can do it. Take your time, and the seam ripper is your best friend. All right, then the next one. And then sew those two together, and then we'll put our rows together, and that's it. We're rocking. Rocking and rolling. And hopefully you take on trying something new if you haven't tried it before, or if you tried it and didn't like it, maybe try this way. Maybe this, I don't know why I keep pressing before sewing. I'm in the pressing mood. Right. I'll press that last one. Of course, it looks the best. So say, ain't that in all of them? It's always looking better. There we go. See? Okay, now we take these two together and these two together, and it might be snug as a bug in a rug with that salvage there. Let's see if I can make it work in my favor. I can make it. It's just a 1/4 inch. I think we'll pin it to make sure I'm getting it. And then just line up edge to edge. Okay. And you want to stick with a 1/4 inch seam allowance. Okay. And then just sew down that whole one side. Okay. Joining the two G's, your light G and your dark G, or your medium G, or whatever it is, your two tones. And that's what really gives that really awesome funky effect. Can you imagine a whole, just bunch of, the whole quilt in this, like a bunch of these? That would be so neat. And if you wanted to see what this quilt, this block would look like as a whole quilt, Pop should be able to show you right about there, or ish, what it would look like as a, if you were to do 12 of them. Okay, and then wouldn't that be fantastic? Isn't that amazing? It looks great, doesn't it? We kind of like that one too. There we go. And then we just do a little press. And this, because it was a wee bit close on me salvage cut there. Ooh, there we go. Just right on the side. I just didn't want any bit of seeing that white on my pink on the inside of the center here. Okay, just move my pin and line this back up a bit. Okay. And then take a look. Spread the seam just a little bit to make sure nothing white is, that would just really just distract if you were to see that, you know, if that happened to pop through. So let's do that little press. Looks really good. I'm happy with my Y seams. So that means I've done 16 so far between this block and this block. All right, and then keep those because you may want to use them for something else. Like I say, you may really like bits and points of this block to incorporate it into something else. All right, so now what we want to do is we want to take our center one and we want to add a triangle to either side. That's going to be our middle row, okay? And I'll press once I have the two sides on. Okay, just make sure you're putting it to the wide sides or to the center. Make sure those triangle bottoms are down towards that square in a square, okay? I'm sure it would look pretty the other way too, but that's just how this block is going, okay? And we figured a nice 16-inch block would help, you know, beef up the quilt a little bit more because we weren't having any sashing in between, right? Or anything like, oh, no, we were not. Okay, I know it was Pop's design. I just wanted to confirm that's what was going on. Okay, now, since we have our middle row going on, we have to make sure that our dark corners of this one are coming in. And then, of course, we know that one goes right there. And then this one goes right here. And then our dark corners are coming in to meet the center, and that is our big beautiful block right there. And I'm loving these colors together. So thank you, Jo Marie. She's such a sweetheart. She came over, had tea, dropped off a bunch of stuff, lots of stuff, templates and medium weight interfacing and stabilizers and stuff. It's like a treasure. That's okay. I'm going to share some of my older stuff that I've had around for quite some time with some of my sewing students and a couple of new sewists that I have under my little wing. And it helps beef up their little collection too, right? So, all right. So there's our top row, and we'll put our bottom row together. New. And it really didn't take that long. I said to Pop, you know, about 45 minutes for me to put the block together. After it was, I had to cut it all out first. So of course I time it. I tried to time how long it takes for the mock-up one or the tester, how long the tester takes. So, but I'd already gotten 2 of these squares done. Oh, see, let's see actually what it looked like that one. Oh, that's kind of cool. Adds a little, almost a funky little star shape going on. I'll put back this way. And now, make sure you line up those seams. You want to make sure those seams are lined up between your second row and your third row and your first row and your second row, okay? It's just going to help complete that nice dimension as you're going from row to row. You really want that nice, pretty little point there. Couple of things to challenge you on this little block. And of course, you can square up. You may find it a little bit easier matching stuff together if you were to square them up. Okay. I got one more little seam after this one, and we are done. Perfect. All right. There we go. Okay, now to add the other piece, making sure we're adding it in the right direction. The points are coming out, like north, south, east, west. The points of the star. The Star Kiss, Pop's Star Kiss block. I like it. All right, last seam. There we go. All right. And now just give it a little press. That's our block done. It's all good? Yeah, it looks good. Make sure none of my blocks are in there flip-flopped or anything. Just give it a little press. And don't be afraid of Y seams. I won't be anymore. Because it's possible, and it makes a nice pretty block. Now just square that out, and it looks lovely. And this is what it looks like if you were to choose like a really light tone and a really dark tone. So just a couple of examples how this pretty little block comes together. All right, there we go. So I'll see you tomorrow on the live stream where we're hopefully gonna slash on a few more rows for that red scrappy quilt and get it pretty close to finish. That would be nice. And then we're gonna start on the one after that would be the pink and, I think we're going pink and brown. I gotta put the pink and brown. That's what's gonna be. So yeah, so right, take care everybody, and we'll see you tomorrow. All right, have a fun day. Take care, bye-bye. Oops. Sillies.